So the next aspect that we've got to look at is range, both in marching speed, but also in the range of the weapons themselves. Again, it depends on how intently and detailed you want to get in your games, but I think it's worth just touching on it because it's quite an interesting subject. So if we were to just use, we're going to use 6mm just as our base for this. And so if we were to say a Napoleonic 12-pounder had an effective range of 900 meters, although they could fire out to about 1800, but we'll just go with effective ranges. If we say 1mm on the Mini equals 1 foot, and 3.2 feet equals 1 meter, then 3.2 millimeters per the 900 meter effective range means that an artillery piece will be effective on a 6mm tabletop at 2.8 meters. So if you've got a sheet of pliers, you're bored, yeah, you're pretty well going to be in range from turn 1. Then if we were to say a musket had an effective range of 100 meters, using that same 3.2 millimeters per meter times by 100 gives us a 32 centimeter effective range. So I've just set up a quick demonstration. This is 2.8 meters where our artillery pieces are, and right down there is the effective range as we were talking about. So your infantry are a very long way away from the artillery, and if they're covering say 10 centimeters a turn, then yeah, you're looking at what, 28 turns then before they actually get up to the point that they'd be able to take on the guns in melee. So yeah, just gives you an idea of what sort of scale tables you would need if you wanted to represent things accurately. Those artillery pieces historically could fire approximately 2 rounds a minute. Probably some could go faster, but on average it was about 2. And musketeers could get anywhere, depending on quality of the troops, anywhere from 2 to 4 shots per minute. So if we're talking about troops marching forwards over 32 centimeters, depending on the speed, if they were to go say 10 centimeters a turn, then they're going to get 3 volleys before they get into bayonet range. Then if we just talk about marching pace, so the marching pace for most armies was around 75 to 76 paces per minute. This isn't doubling, this is just regular marching. So at 75 to 76 paces per minute, and a pace was 30 inches, that equates to about 2,250 inches, or 57 meters per minute. So it'd probably be close to 50 on the field when you take into effect boggy ground, people getting killed around you, just the realities of war. So it'd probably be close to about 50 meters a minute. So for a unit to close with the enemy to bayonet range will take approximately 2 minutes to cover 100 meters, or probably slightly longer. And they're likely to receive anywhere from 4 to 8 volleys in that period, which is why a lot of troops, when they were advancing, never even got close, because if the enemy could just stand there and volley, they just took the casualties and fell apart. So yeah, it kind of gives you an idea of your scales and your ranges in comparison to that. Then if we move forwards to the sort of modern warfare of World War I to the present, the effective ranges of most rifles are 400 to 600 meters, although they can fire out further. So on the table, then that would be anywhere from about 128 to 192 centimeters, so heading up towards the 2 meter mark again. And they'd be getting 20 plus shots per minute. Machine guns have ranges over 1 kilometer, and modern artillery and tanks multiple kilometers. So realistically, in modern games, the whole table will be in range from all but some pistols, basically, from turn 1, unless there's something blocking the line of sight. And bear in mind that we've just been using 6mm as our ranges. If you were to increase those up to 15mm or 28mm, then you're going to be looking at doubling, tripling, even timesing those by 5. And you can see very quickly that the ranges become astronomical and our tables don't cover it. So then we see rules that limit the ranges, but again, this limit affects the overall scale of the game as a whole. So it is a whole heck of a mess when it comes to scale. And for me, this is part of the fun of the games that we play, and also how it grants us as creators the space we need to imagine new rules or revamp old ones. Do you want to design rules that conform to all three of the above scales, but it will be a truly niche game? Or do you want to build rules that abstract some or all of them, but end up appealing to more players? I'd be really interested to hear your opinions in the comments. And if you haven't, please like and subscribe. Till next time, just keep gaming.